I'm here to tell you about the fantastic Name the Game series from Australian Football Video. Now, there's over 200 games available, including final series, state games, night premierships, and the best home and away matches of the 91 and 92 seasons. Not just the highlights, not just the last quarter, but 100 minutes of top footy action. So pick up your free catalogue at any Brasher store. And remember, footy brings out the best in a person.
From Australian Football Video comes the most exciting footy decade ever, the electrifying 80s. See the marks and the sparks, the tragic and the magic, the misses and the kisses, the preacher and the creature, the flyers and the messiahs, the sneaks and the cheeks, the cunning stunts and the stunning punts. See the thrills, the spills, the skills and the deals. The electrifying 80s, the perfect gift for that special footy sickness.
It started off a little bit different to the other years. Terry Wheeler's introduced us to these training camps. First one was at Watsonia, which was over a weekend. And then we progressed to the Yuyangs, where we stayed overnight one night. It was a three-day camp, but we stayed overnight for the one night. Then we progressed to a place called Mount Bogon, which is way up in the mountains, mate. It's miles and miles away, and it was totally a different approach I've had since I've been at FOOTSCRAY'S, and it did work. I mean, it was a great experience for all of us guys. I must admit, I've never been camping. A lot of the older guys never been camping too, and some of the younger guys too had never been camping. So it was a great experience for all of us. Really, the basic idea was to get us as a team together, as a unit, all in one. And Terry Wheeler done a great job in that area. So leading up to the night games, we set ourselves a goal of winning the night grand final. I think we made it known to all the football media and the public that we're going to win the grand final. We failed. We got knocked out by Adelaide in the second round. We beat Melbourne in the first round, which was a good effort. Then Adelaide knocked us out in the second round. So our comments about winning the grand final come unstuck. So it was a bit of a neg in the face, really, to be totally honest to you. But anyway, we regrouped and we're looking forward to our first day game. It was a great win, and I got a great deal of pleasure watching the Adelaide people leave halfway through the last quarter, which normally is not the case. You know, normally we get flogged out at a footy park, and their song seems to come on, and all the crowd cheers you and boos you and all this sort of stuff. But it was a great effort, and first up, beating Adelaide was a great effort, and because a lot of people, even ourselves, had a little bit of doubt of us sort of beating them over there because they're very hard to beat over there. The boys played very well. It was a great team effort. And as I said, beating them first up was an enormous effort by the players.
Handball to Atkins eventually after Coleman got it from the scrimmage to full forward. Oh, brilliant Hawkins. He'll go. Dougie doesn't miss those. To the Hawkins. Scores a level again. 2-3 apiece. Too far out, you'd think they'll go short again. Valentine run underneath it. No free kick. Here's Ford defending. Straight back to Corcoran. Can take his time and bang it back effectively now. Coleman the target, and he finds him. Well played, Corcoran. Drop punt. He's timed it beautifully, kicked it strongly, and he's goal.
We feel there is a wind advantage to the left of the screen, the end of which FOOTSCRAY'S are going in this first quarter. Liberatore, the hero of Western Oval, hooks the kick, not bad. The square, mark, Hawkins. And already Charles and Baxter have made efforts to get to Liberatore to congratulate him as Hawkins kicks his third goal. Well, that's the key, isn't it?
Yes.
Really, you must chop the supply off, and whatever supply he does get, if they're harassed, well, they'll come up awkwardly. Atkins does well for Footscray near the centre. Oh, great play, Grant. Oh, magnificent pass. Here's a goal. Absolute certainty, Collingwood. Brilliant football by Footscray.
Newport's a bit slow, taps it forward. Baxter chips in, Winmar tries to run him down. Smith should go over the top to Coleman. He ducks, goes for a bounce. Can go all the way now with a drop punt. Grant should take it. He does, he's a great player and kicks the goal. That's skill. The Dogs in front at 6-4 to 5-6.
And then a goal just a moment ago by Grant that came from half-back. Wynd. Tell you what, he's playing well. Grant somehow gets into the action, still underneath, away to Charles, in turn to Coleman, wider still and gives away ground. Kellett from just inside 50, Kellett bombs away and kicks a magnificent goal.
Now McPherson, well done McPherson, and the kick to Collingwood. Hawkins leads, Collingwood kicks towards him, he'll have to half take it, Dougie, you'll do something clever, like handball to Collingwood, who goes over the top to Smith, who kicks the goal. 8-5, 6-10. The stands are starting to shake here at the Western Oval.
St Kilda defence under pressure. Pekin goes down, Kellett magnificently. Lovely vision. Here's a goal coming up for Footscray. They've got 3-on-1. Grant unselfishly. Collingwood will bomb it away, and he puts it through. Too easy, away to Collingwood. Backs himself. Handballs it over the top. Surely advantage will be paid now. Collingwood runs on. Outside 50, goes for goal. What's he done? Lobbed it on the chest of Grant, which may be difficult for St Kilda to bridge, even though they're coming home with a breeze at their back. Grant runs around and kicks a goal beautifully. No mark. The kick must have been touched off the boot. Away go Footscray, Hunter and Liberatore. Liberatore near the centre. Kicks wide, McPherson's on his own. Could have gone on half an hour ago, Steve, but elects to go for the long bomb. It slips off the side of his boot. No mark taken in the right forward pocket. Smith. Lovely kick by Smith. Is a goal! What a kick! Oh. Only seconds left in the third quarter. Footscray will shut it out here. Foster receiving there from Tui. Baxter, they may even score if they can mark this, and they can, because Hawkins, who's played on, hooks the kick into the front of the goals. Mark Grant, goal Footscray.
Coleman out of position. Chris Grant and David Grant. Coleman held a couple back for Kellett. Here's a chance. Kellett with a bounce. He's got Atkins inside of him. Still Kellett. Well played, Chris Grant to hold Winmar off. Kellett's kick gives Hawkins a hope. Oh, what a mark! You little champion, Dougie.
And 270 or 80 games.
For his fifth goal, straight through the middle. 14-9 to 7-18.
Well out towards the wing, which is vacant. The bounce is very awkward, but Kellett, who has controlled the ball very, very well, and that little pass was good, finds Atkins nearer the centre. Handball away to Hawkins, who never misses. Goes long with the left foot. Into the square, it bounces. Close to the line, it's a goal. Grant. He's kicked 4 goals now, Chris Grant.
Atkins applies the tackle. Kellett all versus low. Now Collingwood, well done with a bounce. Hawkins wants it in the goal square. Chris Grant's got the penetration to go there. And he could go all the way to Smith, who should kick his third. Lines them up and go again.
Yeah, against St Kilda was a great win at the Western Oval, our first game at home. Coming off last week's win against LA was very good. Young Scott Wynd played a great game in the ruck. Just his tapping the ball down to little players like Liberatore and Atkins out of the centre was fantastic. And I think Chris Grant played a very good game as well, kicked 3 or 4 goals. And I think, you know, our start to the year has been really great, 2 games in a row. Adelaide and St Kilda. So there was 2 games probably at the start of the year you could probably put down as maybe lost. But what a great start to the season we had. Yeah, well, against Essendon, during the week there was a lot of report about a couple of their senior guys being too old in Danaher and Madden, which was a great, bit of ammunition for them to fire them up. They come out with all, just firing away they were, and I think young Corcoran copped an elbow early in the game which broke his jaw. It was a very wet day. Essendon were first in for the ball. They were very tough that day, and our boys, we didn't play that well. And I think as well Scotty Wynd played a very good game again. So his form has in the last 2 weeks been very good. But it was a first setback for us, but I'm pretty sure we bounced back.
Tunbridge goes towards the boundary line, doesn't find the safety of it. Here's Delray back in the seniors. A centering kick could be useful. Punch back, that was a little bit dangerous for the Swans there by Brunton. Fired out to Kellett, hooks back to goal, not bad. Goal to the Bulldogs.
Delray, perhaps a little slow. Kick off the ground by Brunton, goes back towards the centre. Wynd, a good kick in towards the pocket, and a mark is taken by Smith. Played quite well against St Kilda a couple of weeks ago. His kick from 35 metres out directly in front is a goal. Punched away, chance for McPherson, dragged off the football. Now Wheeler under pressure, kicks it back, Steve Wallace, away to Atkins, in turn to Liberatore. Liberatore with the right foot, kicks a goal. Well done, Tony Liberatore. Just forces Doolan to wait for it. He's caught by Kellett. Away goes Foster now for Footscray. Kicks it towards half forward. Player on his own is Collinuk. Rebound footy costing the Swans. It came back ever so quickly when they looked as though they were going to take it into their full forward area. What a great lead and wonderful pass by Collinuk and marked by Hawkins. And he's such a talented player, Doug Hawkins. I would think that he'd kick it fairly accurately. It holds up, but I think it's got it through. And it is a goal. He's very hard at the football. He gives away ground. Atkins tackled by Doolan. Spills to Bays. In turn to Mitchell. He gives it away. Kellett runs hard, fiercely, and kicks it into the pocket. Well done, Kellett. And he picks out Coleman. Coleman has done very, very well for himself. Fitzroy, Swans, and now Footscray. And a very healthy tally of matches. Good kick. That could have nearly gone through for a goal. It has. 44 plays 29. The Swans get the first goal of the second term. Wynd forced to kick quickly up towards centre half forward. Bounce awkward, good for Del Rey, and he pops through such an easy goal. Just a little frustrated. The ball not sitting for him. Boundary throw in. Wynd with strength. Kick off the ground by that player inside 50 metres. A little awkward bounce. Oh, look at Hawkins. The skill of a champion. And he's popped it through for another Footscray goal.
But Campbell playing in front. Takes the mark comfortably in front of West. Towards the outer side. Now they have men out in the open. Wallace's hand pass wasn't great for McPherson. Lawson did well. Steve McPherson dragged the ground after he got rid of the kick. Kapler couldn't take the mark. It comes to Del Rey. He snaps. Nobody back there. A goal.
This is ridiculous. Campbell kicks it into the centre. Atkins, they'll make something out of this. Atkins to Collinuk, running with the flight of the ball. Well done, Steve Collinuk. And at 50 metres, he's got Hawkins in the pocket. And the pass, oh, he made it good, didn't he, Ross?
Most players would have just stood and had the player coming at him face to face, but he just turned his body beautifully, guarded the football from the oncoming player.
And the pass goes away to Baxter, improves the angle. He's kicking from only about 30 metres out. Gets hold of the drop punt, made no mistake. The 2-4s, Kellett and Doolan. Foster gets the ball away to Nigel Kellett, who played very well in the first half. And the hand pass just draws the player and allows Atkins some space. Atkins up towards full forward. Mark. Simple Doug Hawkins. Hawkins has kicked 3. Hawkins has kicked 4. McGovern looking to move, but can't really go one way, so he's forced to go back with the left side. Now a chance for Wallace. Wallace's hand pass, Royal getting into it. Kicks it in towards the pocket. Del Rey, oh, too strong. shares it with Liberatore, and Liberatore kicks the goal. Who wants them now? And Wallace being where all good defenders should be in front. Oh, the ball punched to the back. That was bad play by Holmes. He flew when he should have stayed on the ground. Hawkins, Kolonyuk, Mitchell the tackler. Wasn't really a tackle. Kolonyuk goes back to Hawkins. Hawkins, lovely little short one. Liberatore away. Atkins may kick the goal.
Oh,
Atkins does kick the goal. They'll need to get a bit of a run on. Atkins kicks it up towards full forward. Is that a mark? No. Holmes has the ball underneath him. Royal, handball away. Liberatore's nearly in the goal square. Make it so easy.
5 goals the margin. Fripp up high. Comes to Wallace of Footscray. Chance here for the Bulldogs. Delray. McGovern tripped up. No whistle.
Oh, come on, umpire.
Well, don't tell me Footscray will get a goal out of this. Brian Royal, 30 metres out. Great kick. Kolonyuk. And they will get a goal out of it after the umpire put the whistle away. Steve Kolonyuk improves his angle with a step and goals. Kick in, here's trouble. Smith again. Might have a second pot shot for goal in the space of 15 seconds. Now he finds Atkins. Simon Atkins. Delray with the sit. He'll still kick the goal. Great stuff. Kick by Lewis up to centre wing. Looking for Bays. Foster a spoil. Foster pokes it over the top to Coleman. Galaxy, Glenn Coleman. Centering kick. On his own in the centre square is Wynd. Off to Liberatore. Don't tell me he's going to kick another. Delray might kick another. Pretty tight angle. No problem.
Yeah, well, we've always seen a struggle at senior cricket ground. I don't know why. In my time over the years, I think we've probably won there twice. Back in 1990, after our resurgence, we won for the first time in 10 years, or first time ever there, with Terry Wheeler being coach. I think we played 4 solid quarters. Denny Delray at full forward, what I can remember, was kicking goals from anywhere, over his head, round corners. He was amazing. And of course, Chris Grant, half-forward flank, played a great game and polled 3 Brownlow votes. Overall, against the Swans, it was a great team effort. We were first in for the ball, and I'm pretty sure a lot of their players seemed to be playing for themselves. So, which was probably disappointing for them, but we did play very well that day, and it was a great team effort. Yeah, well, against North Melbourne, the MCG, it was a great experience. There was 40,000 people there, and up to half-time, the game was very close. North Melbourne really, brought the challenge up to us. After half-time, I think Wynd in the ruck got control of the game. I think Oshenko started to slow down a little bit, and Wynd did take over the game, which gave us first use out of the centre, with Atkins just absolutely dominating. I think he had 40 possessions that day and played a great game. And of course, it was Liberatore, and up forward we had Kolonyuk and Grant kicking goals. So it was a very good team effort, and the ball was rolling along very well at that stage of the year.
Scott Wynd and Simon Atkins looked like very good players at that stage of the season.
Well, they seemed to combine very well together. They had some understanding in the centre bounce. The ball would go up and Scotty Wynd would just tap it down him every time, and of course Liberatore as well was playing very well as well at that stage. So on balls was doing the job. The ball was coming in the forward line very quickly, which gave our forwards first use of the footy. So that's very important in football. Well, I think against Carlton was probably our first real test against the top side, who I class as the top side. It was a great win by us. Once again, the boys on the ball done very well in Wynd and Atkins again. Young Scotty done very well in the ruck. Steve Conyer kicked 6 or 7 goals, played a great game. And I think that his form over the last few weeks has been very good, which I think, you know, earned him state selection. So his form has been very good. And the good thing about the win was that, you know, it was a big build-up to the game. The game was switched from the Western Oval. It was a big gamble by us in that area. And we decided to take that chance of playing in front of a big crowd at the MCG, which, of course, come finals time, you're going to have to do that. So really, it was a good move by the club, Peter Gordon and Terry Wheeler, to move the game, and we got the points. So 1 to us. It was very good.
Bulldogs still goalless. They've yet to win in Perth, and winning here today is going to be hard. Out of the centre, Liberatore. Collingwood, their leading goal kicker for the year. Can he get there first today? He has done, at long last. And it's taken them quite some time. Steve Collingwood kicks to that position, and Peter Foster was taking the grab. He decides to play on. Coleman marking in front of Hepburn. Probably too far out to score from there. He might make a liar of him. Oh, he has. Glenn, I apologise.
Hawkins behind to Atkins. Towards the middle. Heading towards half forward. Kemp, read it best in flight. Tried to go off the ground. Well done by Collingwood. Still he goes, Collingwood. 60 metres out from goal. Vacant goal square, but he goes in short to Ballantyne. He'll just beat the siren. This kick down to 5 seconds. Ballantyne's kick is a good one. It's a goal. Towards the wing goes the kick. Well judged by Baxter. He'll take it on the wing.
Some good talking there too between the Footscray players. So that perhaps is a good sign. Wynd kicks to half forward. Hawkins was the flyer. And it comes to Mansfield, in turn over to Hawkins. Long shot at goal, and Hawkins has put it through for 4 points.
Fisted away well. Atkins again, the quick hands. Mainwaring did well to get a hand in there. Liberatore chips it out wide. Grant's the target. McKenna got a fist on it, close to the boundary line. Two very promising players. Better than promising. Grant. Still going, Grant to Hawkins. Can he get his second goal of the term? He should. He has. There goes his kick. It's a pretty good one. They'll contest a couple of metres out. Big fly from behind. Ballantyne. Top mark. Put on the angle, but should get this. It's home. Turns 23 tomorrow, Guy McKenna. Waters sold into trouble. Advantage is paid. Footscray were going to get the free. This is Grant storming down the ground. He can kick a goal here. He goes to Hawkins instead. Hawkins, his third of the term. So the Bulldogs are storming back.
Maloney underneath it. Laidley could set something up here. Waterman on his own. Not the best hand pass to White. And Footscray through Ballantyne. Bends it back a long way. That's not a bad sort of a kick, and he's put it through for a goal.
Well, against the Eagles, I suppose for the first time we've gone over there with a little bit of confidence. We've always sort of gone over there and, you know, wanting to win, but knowing in the back of our minds it's going to be very tough because we've always seemed to struggle over there. But this time we have gone over there with that bit of confidence. It was quickly knocked out of us in the first quarter when they kicked 8 or 9 goals, mainly due through, I think Heady come back and kicked 4 or 5 goals in the first quarter, and young McIntosh played a very good first quarter as well. And from then it was just catch-up football. You know, it was 8 goals to 1 goal in the first quarter. But I think after that we outscored them for the second, third and fourth quarter, so that was something that we could look forward to meeting them later on in the year. But I must admit it was disappointing because we did go over there with a big chance, and to be well soundly beaten, you know, was pretty ordinary. But anyway, I mean, we got our revenge later on in the year back with them, so it was good. So against the Bears, it was a very strange game. It was a very wet day up in Brisbane, and I must admit, when you go to Brisbane, it seems to be that feeling of a carnival atmosphere. You know, it's sort of very open open arena to play footy on. As I said, it was very wet, which suited some of our on-ball players. Of course, Tony Liberatore just seems to grow an extra leg in the wet. He's a great player in the wet. And the wind was very important for us, as Terry did mention after the game. It was about how close the top sides were. So it was just give that little bit of a breathing space from them. So the wind was very good. And as I said, it's very hard to play Brisbane up there, especially if you get a very wet track. And but still we doubled their score, which was really a very good effort by us. Yeah, against Richmond was a very good effort. Matter of fact, I was up in the grandstand with the coach watching this day, and it was a great chance to watch the boys do their stuff. Our first half was very good. We seemed to dominate the game, and I thought how far Footscray. But full credit to Richmond, they fought back, and at one stage during the last quarter, I think the scores were locked level. So it was really a great test of character. And I can always remember, I think it was Glenn Coleman and Peter Foster and Scott Wynd leading the way. They played very well that day. So overall, you know, it was a great first half. We died out a bit in the second half, but it was a great test of character. The boys come through that test very well.
What was it like sitting up in the stand with Terry Wheeler?
Sitting up in the stand, it was a great experience listening to Terry and Ricky Kennedy and Teddy Whitten and Terry Wallace. Yeah, it was a great experience, matter of fact. There's a lot of things said that I can't repeat, but it was a good experience.
He goes back and kicking along with a pretty strong wind. Bernie Quinlan and Ted Whitten, both legends at Footscray, agree that this is a 5 or 6 goal wind. Chris Grant gets the handball. Now it's long. It's Delray, one out in the square, and it's bouncing. It's bouncing. That's a great goal from Grant.
Yeah, Atkins, the player that actually kicked that, Jared.
Yes, it was a good handball back from Grant, but it was Atkins with the long kick. He goes wide and finds Langford, who's done well to come down from full back, but he can't pick the ball up. He's under hammer now. Tui gets the ball out, and he finds Nigel Callett, the speedster. Callett over to Chris Grant, who's an excellent left foot kick. He looks for Delray and finds him.
Awkward for Delray. 25, 30 metres out. Oh, he's done it beautifully.
Wallace versus Hall, followed the ball down. Wallace doing well. Taps the ball out to dancing Doug Hawkins. Hawkins puts Grant into space, and Grant shoots for 30 metres. That's a goal.
Yeah, Colin the only scores for Footscray this quarter, but unfortunately both have been behinds. Footscray have the numbers here. Wynd gets in to take it off Condon. Well played Delray. He comes out wide. Royal at full tilt. Looking for the Bulldogs' first goal of this quarter. Aims it left. It comes back. Oh, what a kick!
Well, Footscray lead by a goal after a brilliant goal to Brian Royal. Showed a lot of local knowledge kicking that one. Footscray starting to mount some sort of role here with Liberatore giving the free kick in the middle of the ground. The 1990 Brownlow medalist kicks the ball wide, looking for Royal once again. It's been an inspired move from Terry Wheeler to bring this player on.
He was off too there, a bit lucky to get away with that.
He's slipped, he's found Callett, who runs in to shoot for goal. Could it be Footscray second in 2 minutes? It's another great shot of goal. So a 5-point lead now to Hawthorne. And Footscray take the ball out of the centre with the long bomb forward. Over the back was Delroy. Shark by Royal, who ships around the corner for an excellent goal. Ryan Royal. This time it's Grant, who's been one of the sparks of Footscray this afternoon. Gives it to Wallace. Wallace goes long. Delray. So he's got the wind at his back, Danny Delray. Kicks a goal, and it's straight through the centre for his second. And isn't he happy? Lawrence wins the tap. Been slightly beaten today by Wynd. Coleman coming into the game now. Gets the ball to Callett. Callett kicks it long to Royal. So the best and fairest winner from 1983, Brian Royal. Aims to kick Footscray's 8th goal. He starts at left and brings it back magnificently with the win. A great goal to Brian Royal.
Another chance for the Bulldogs to throw in inside 50 metres. Coleman wins it. Del Rey behind. Grant takes it. Goal coming up. Well, they're starting to get the value now they didn't get in the first quarter. And Footscray 9-9, Hawthorne 6-7.
Ball at the back of the pack now. Hunter went the man, but it pays off. Ball comes to Wallace. Wallace goes forward. He's looking for Baxter. Really is starting to have a good quarter. Baxter kicks it long. It's Del Rey again, who appears to be too strong for Langford in those one-on-one battles. Well, the boy from Williamstown will be lining up for his third goal. And the arms say it all.
And I think a bit of blood pouring. Look at the blood pouring out of Steve Lawrence's eye.
As he copped Wind's boot.
Atkins, the pass is good for Del Rey. And Danny Del Rey is carving up Langford in this quarter.
I think the move's already been made there. I think McGuinness may be now back on Del Rey.
And Del Rey lining up for his fourth goal, third for this quarter. Oh, do you like the Bulldogs now?
Now, Footscray can get a couple of goals early here. You'd say it's closed the gate. The job is all in front of Hawthorne. McPherson goes to centre-half forward. He's looking for Wynd. Grant at the back of the pack. He's got Callett if he can get the ball up. That he does now. And Callett can go. Has great pace. But elects to give it to Collingwood. Didn't look a good decision. But watch the racehorse go. Can he put this one home? No, it's a scrubber of a left foot kick. Coleman, the base of the pack, gives the ball to Baxter. And Baxter's goal on the left foot. Yes! Great start to Footscray.
Straight up the ground, and there's no height there either, and Liberatore takes the mark.
They're in strife, Hawks. They've got a couple of injured players. Mew is now being sent down to the forward line. He's limping badly. He's trying to pick up Coleman at the moment while this change is being made. Here's Coleman now.
Yes, he's got a hamstring injury.
He's done the hamstring again, Chris Mew. He had a calf injury at the start of the year, missed a lot of football.
Footscray have kicked the only goal of this quarter into the breeze. Coleman makes it the second. It's going to be tough for the Hawks now. Footscray 13-13, Hawthorne 8-7.
Hawkins, who's been excellent when given that job down there in defence, gives it to McPherson, and through he comes like the Southern Aurora. McPherson kicks the ball long. Here's Coleman, who's been effective in this second half. Shows all the skill that he possesses. Gives it to Atkins for his 33rd possession. Grant onto Collingwood. Collingwood over the top, and that's a sealer. Danny Del Rey.
Platten has been taken out of it by Hunter. Hudson, here's Hunter again. The hand pass is good to Wynd. Another top performance by the young ruckman. Kellett, nice to see him back after 3 games out with injury. Coleman dashes onto it and takes another mark. Here's another goal for Brian Royal. Nobody in front. Royal goes all the way and kicks a ripper. Royals kicked 4 goals after starting the game on the bench, and Footscray are getting a percentage booster.
Yeah, it was a great win against Hawthorne. I think over the years we've always seemed to play well against them. Even at Waverley and at Western A, we've always seemed to play very well against them. This day was a very windy day. On ball has done very well again in Wynn, Atkins, Liberatore, McPherson play very well as well. I can always remember the day when Peter Foster probably ended his year, I think, with the trip from Young Deer, tripped him up and broke his leg, which was a big blow for us because Peter Foster was a very important player at centre back for us and had been playing very well all year.
Off he goes. Further afield to Hunter. Hunter comes through centre and brings it to the half-forward line. The leader's on by Del Rey. Great lead and a good kick. Del Rey should have a shot from there. He can kick a football. Certainly can kick the ball a long way. Former Williamstown in the VFA here in Victoria.
He looks a lot fitter now, Pete.
Well, there's the kick. Look at that drop, Hunter. Magnificent kick for a goal. Now Baxter. Baxter's obviously picking up line. There's Liberatore working hard again. Wynd to Stanfield. Stanfield off and running from 55 metres. Stanfield kicks long. Shepherd. Oh, great goal to Barry Stanfield.
Wynd to Hunter. Hunter down towards right half forward flank. Coleman. Good possession.
Wallace. And number 188 to Royal, the two veterans for Footscray combining well. And Terry Wheeler electing to start him in the 18 today. 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. Royal's got the goal, the Bulldogs in front.
Wynd, oh, he is in magnificent form. Scott Wynd on the stand for him. Now what's going on here? He's going to make him go back over the... He took the mark, played on. That is...
Getting technical, isn't it, Pete?
That is over-technical. He took the mark and played on and gave a handball and was brought back. Unbelievable. But here's Hawkins. Brilliant play by Hawkins on the Royal. Off he goes to Smith. Smith an open goal and Smith slams it through for a great goal. There's Simon Atkins, had a magnificent season. Caven looking for Roos. Oh, taken away by Wallace. A class player, Wallace. Look at that kick. That's a mark. Great pass, Stephen Wallace to Del Rey. In an exciting game. Denny Del Rey kicks. And Denny Del Rey has goal.
He still might be able to get hold of the football. He can't. Roos is there. Baxter, a centering kick. Atkins the target, couldn't quite make ground. Few seconds left, they have to get a kick at it now. Footscray there to score. Wallace will try to do the Atkins. He's got it! There's the siren! Ned Zellick, eat your heart out. Right on the bell. Coleman and Paxman. Paxman gets the front position. Atkins might have been taken high. Looks for Libratore. Brushes one tackle. Left foot snapshot. That's not bad. That's a great goal, Liver. Sensational kick. Hunter, quick hand pass. McPherson kicks from a standing start. Grant in front. Couldn't take the mark. Butters up well. He'll have to be quick. Wasn't quite quick enough. Steve Wallace with a quick hand pass to Baxter. That'll be just about a goal. Royal, has he got the mark or is it a score?
I think he's got it, Pete. It was one of those ones where you had to go for it. He could have perhaps elected to let it go, but you don't know what's around you. He did the right thing.
See, the fence was looming large, wasn't it?
Yes.
Should get his second here. He's now kicked 2 goals, 1. Wynd again. Not too many options. He thought about the hand pass, and McPherson chips it at centre wing to take the mark. And away goes Super from midfield.
Good kick.
And towards Hawkins, who marks, well, I would suggest within kicking distance.
That's the advantage of having a quality player like McPherson, who's getting the football regularly this season on half-back, and his disposal is very good.
Got in short, and Grant has taken the mark. Well, Chris Grant hasn't scored today. 40 metres out. That'll be close. Oh, just drifted. It's a goal.
Breaking away, Jimmy Wynd.
Oh.
Dundas, his man was under pressure, so that wasn't good play. Atkins receives from Wynd. 2 top players for Footscray. Denny Del Rey, Lynch over the back. Danger here. Hawkins brilliantly. Glenn Coleman on the right foot. Hooks it around the corner, the big centre-half forward for a goal.
That's his first. Libratore's there and picked up by Baxter ultimately. Del Rey in front, Lynch behind. Ball hits the deck. Royal, Hawkins into the goal square. Grant goal. No mergers here, anything but as things become a little bit heated. Campbell to Hawkins, who we believe may have had his number taken after an exchange in the goal square at the other end. Back to Campbell, marking contest at half forward into the arms of Atkins. Working midfield, or Del Rey was held there. Could have been a free kick. Del Rey off the ground, has got the goal.
Strong tackling. Here's Baxter, lost it. Lyon. Abbott went without it. Knocked on cleverly by Atkins to Liberatore. Grant from 40 metres. Oh, it's another goal. Tremendous team play by Footscray. 3 goals to Chris Grant.
Kicks to half forward. Maybe down to full forward. Wynd will do the tidying up work. Over to Steve Wallace. Over to Atkins at midfield. They've combined well all afternoon. And speaking of combining, Del Rey on a lead, marks on 50. Kicking pretty well though. Gee, that's there.
three he's got now. Kicks to midfield.
You haven't got one in the back.
Grant farms the hand pass out. Liberatore onto Super. McPherson can go all the way here. 35 metres out, and he's got another one. A 10-goal quarter for Footscray.
Coleman and Tui, two former Sydney Swans teammates, of course. Hand pass, back to Wallace. Can they kick another one? The chip passes on. I think they're going to, because Chris Grant's got it. Hasn't been dominant, but on that forward line with the ball coming down every 10 seconds, well, you've got to get a few kicks. Grant, a high floating drop punt. That's his fourth.
11 for the quarter.
A great performance this by Footscray.
Liberatore, that's a better hand pass to Wallace, who breaks one tackle, kicks it high, not too long. Gale underneath it. 3 Fitzroy players are there, actually. And in the end, a Footscray ball to, you guessed it, Atkins, kick number 33. And again, 2 Fitzroy players spawning each other. Royal makes them pay the ultimate penalty.
A quick kick was by Nigel Callett. His Liberatore still gets in the handball to Atkins. Callett is a great kick on the run normally from 50 metres, Nigel Callett. Royal, it was touched off the boot, there must have been. Hand pass, Delray kicks on the left foot, receives from Grant. Goal.
Against Fitzroy, it was a big build up during the week. You know, Fitzroy had been playing very well and probably won 4 or 5 in a row, and so have we. So it was a very important game. The first 2 quarters are very even. Scores are reasonably close. In the third quarter, I think we kicked 12 goals, which probably, when I think back over the year, would probably have been our best quarter for the whole year. Even though we still probably only won by 10 goals, but we should have probably won by a lot more. After the game, the coach, the old Wills, wasn't very happy. He said there was a chance to really crush us side him, and we didn't do it, which disappointed him. But I still believe, the lead up to the game was a very important match, and both sides had a lot to lose. And us winning the way we did win, I thought was reasonably pretty good. So it was a great effort by the boys again. Well, Melbourne's always seemed to be a bit of a hard side to play against. You look over probably over the last few years, we've sort of struggled against Melbourne. I can always look back at '87 when we were vying for a place in the finals, and they beat us. So over the years, they've really had a bit of a wood over us. To beat them by 107 points was very rewarding. I was a very happy bloke after the game, let me tell you. Our forward line was very good again. Danny Delray continued on his great form, and as well did Brian Royal, who'd fit in that forward pocket excellently. He's been playing excellent football there over the last few weeks. But to win by 107 points was, I didn't think we'd do that, but it was a good effort. And as I said, the boys in the forward line kicked the goals. On-ball players played very well as well again. Wynd, Atkins, Liberatore, and Baxter, who at that stage has been playing very good football. He's probably the most improved player at the club at that stage, Darren Baxter, playing very well.
Goes out towards Francis. He's being chased by Baxter. Francis slips over. A little flip is not to the advantage of his team. Wallace's kick is good. To the front of the square. Marking contest. No one takes it. Here's a goal. Royal. He doesn't miss those, Brian Royal.
They're fighting for top spot on the ladder today. Delray, can he have a snap? He's kicked one. Danny Delray gets his first. The Dogs get the quick reply.
Liberatore kicked to half forward, or Kolonyuk fortuitously on his chest. Well, he's in front, I suppose. That's where forwards need to be.
It was aimed for Hawkins.
And the kick fell short. Steve Kolonyuk. High into the pocket. Good lead by Grant. Now, he really must kick this, Chris Grant, in a tight game. Goals are going to be hard to get. The ball hits the post. Well, it must have been a player that rocked the post, because the ball has gone through for a goal to Footscray, and they trail only by 2 points.
Campbell's way down at the centre of the ground at the moment. In fact, Grant could well deliver this football to him. Tony Campbell is all alone. He can go to Kolonyuk. No, elects to centre it to Delray.
Well done, Tony Campbell. He took the punt of running away. from full back. And Scott Wynd's gone down there cover for him. Well done, Scott Wynd.
And this to regain the lead for Collingwood, for Footscray. Collingwood leading at the moment by 2 points. Del Rey's kick straight through the middle.
His kick, ordinary, floater. Oh, Mark. Well done, Coleman. Surprise element there. The kick floated. He took it well and he kicks it to the square. One out, Del Rey, and Del Rey's got it. We've got just under 12 minutes left in the second quarter. This could put the Bulldogs in front by 3 points. At the moment, they trail by that margin. He kicks the goal.
37 plays 40. Footscray regaining the lead. Liberatore to Coleman again.
Coleman leading the way so far.
Glenn Coleman with his 8th kick from just outside 50. It's high and it's long.
Goal.
And it's a goal. What a kick from Glenn Coleman. And another throw-in. So Collingwood leading by 1 point. Oh, Del Rey says thank you very much.
And again, Collingwood get to that advantage. Liberatore gets the ball out for Footscray. Coleman is caught, but away to McPherson. Bulldogs not giving up. Kick the full forward mark by Royal. And Footscray still in this game. It's been tight for most of the afternoon. Brian Royal kicked 2 goals early in the game, both in the first quarter. And his ability to read off the pack in that forward line has been very, very good for Footscray. So a chance here to bring up his 3rd goal and pull it back to 7 points once again. Royal, shot for goal. He's hooked it a little bit. It may have sneaked in. It has.
Wallace. Too far out to score, but he'll put the Dogs into attack. Here comes Del Rey, but it's a little too short. Liberatore may have a go. The kick by Tony Liberatore. Grant is there. He'll shove it through. It's a goal.
Yeah, the game against Collingwood was a very strange game. They played a very defensive game, Collingwood. Over the year, we looked at their score rate. They seemed to kick their 12 goals and the opposition only kicked 10. They really do, clam down on your forward line and on on-ball plays, which they did do that day. We had a couple of good players. I can remember Steve Wallace playing very well. He's, as a matter of fact, had a very good year all year, very consistent year, which I think earned him state selection. So Steve Wallace has been playing excellent for us, and then Del Rey kept kicking goals in the forward line. So yeah, but that game, we had our chances. It was kick each way all day. Just come down the last few minutes that Colin got the break on us. But it was a great experience for our players, all of us, the young to the old, because there were 70,000, 80,000 people there, which we're going to cop in the finals. So it was a really good experience for all of us to probably even lose a close one like that. We did learn a fair bit from it.
Almost got it on the half volley. Liberatore doing the roving work. Danger here, he's got Tui. Bernard Tui too far out. Short kick towards Creddy. It was not a good one. He may get a free kick for in the back. Footscray leaving out Campbell, Eccleston and Stanley. Geelong leaving out Miles, Merriman and Heffernan. Creddy for goal. Good looking kick. First blood to the Dogs.
So Paul Brown just tips it to himself. It was Tim McGrath, in fact. And now Wallace picks the ball up. Round the corner. Footscray don't appear to have a great deal of system at the moment on their forward line. However, this is a lot better with Del Rey taking the ball in the hole. So from 50 metres out, Danny Del Rey from Williamstown. Shoots a goal. Looks good off the boot. The umpire hasn't moved. And that is a goal.
Baxter towards centre wing. Kolyanook almost ripped off the football. Now he's on the ground, courtesy of Ken Hickley. In the meantime, Nigel Kellett can goal from here. Into full forward he goes, trips it across, but a mark has been taken in the square. It looks like Brian Royal. So Brian Royal looking for the Dogs third, shouldn't miss, 10 metres out.
Big punch there from Handley. Another one from Atkins was good, who finds Hawkins in the middle of the ground doing well. Grant on the lead.
He's a good player, Hawkins. His usage of the ball.
McPherson coming off now. As Atkins takes the ball. Liberatore ducks back and takes a mark, running with the flight of play. Tony Liberatore from 35 metres out. Shoots a goal, it looks good off the boot. The umpire hasn't moved. It's home. So Footscray draw closer now. Only 4 points behind Geelong, who started the game in a flurry.
3 goals, the margin, favouring Geelong. Coleman looking for front spot. Royal goals, and that's why he's there.
Grant pulls it back to Atkins. But once again, Stephen Hocking takes the ball from him. Atkins with only 7 possessions in the first half. He averages 29 for the season so far, so he is well down as Crediuk drives Footscray back into attack. At the back is Coleman, who uses his body well and pushes Neild out of the way. So Glenn Coleman will be attempting to kick a goal from 45 metres out. A bit of an angle. Ball looks good off the boot. I like it. And so does the umpire. A goal. Another fine game by McGrath. Good tackle there on Mansfield by Crediuk. Frost, taken high. Left foot kick finds Grant. Terrific mark out in front. Plays on quickly. Looks at the goals and I like it off the boot. He's got it home, Grant. Terrific goal there to Grant. Footscray now strike back. It's 8-14 to 8-3. Ex-Swan teammate Glenn Coleman, who goes long. At the back was Grant! A terrific mark to the young champion.
Keenan Reynolds, who's had a good day. This is his 19th kick. Tui alone at half-back. Towards Coleman and Crediuk. Coleman can't take it. Crediuk helps him out. Under a minute remaining. They want a mark. Hawkins couldn't take it. Royal is there, so too Grant. Royal into goal. That's what the Doggies wanted.
Just got to move the ball quicker, Footscray. They're going down the ground too slowly.
He goes long to the half-forward line. Frost. Clever push on towards Kellett. There's a chance for the Dogs. They want a goal. They've got one. Nigel Kellett gets his first, the young man from Hoppers Crossing.
They need a goal now, Footscray. This game's slipping away from them. Wynd at the back. Through comes Frost. Frost bangs the ball forward. They've got the numbers in Grant. A terrific mark, Grant. Chris Grant for his second goal of the afternoon comes in and no mistakes. The Dogs are back in it. They trail by 4 points.
Both sides trying to get a break. There hasn't been much in this game all day. It's got down to that really critical last quarter now.
Just on 8 minutes, Wynd wins it. Socket off the ground by Atkins. To half forward, McGrath caught one in the eye. Play goes on. Grant a chance to give it to Atkins. 25 metres out. The Dogs are going to hit the front. Footscray in front. Handley tries to belt it forward. Scott over the football. Atkins, a hurried kick to half forward. The Dogs wanting one desperately. Oh, beautifully controlled by Hawkins. Coleman's kick is good. Grant will have the chance to regain the lead for Footscray. They trail by 4 points.
That was a terrific play then by Hawkins, wasn't it? I spoke before about him trying to duck back and coming up the ground. You're much more dangerous as a forward if you push up forward into the ball rather than anticipating that the ball will come back down to you behind your opponent.
Almost directly in front. Inside 50. This is the kick to put the Dogs back in the lead. He's done it. Footscray are back in front. Gets it away. Brownless caught. Gets the hand pass to Bairstow. 40 metres out. Round his body. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, well, down at Cardinia Park, we certainly had our chances. I can always remember now, thinking back to the game in that last quarter, young Michael Frost taking a mark in the forward pocket on his wrong foot and trying to do a screw kick and kick the point, which probably would have put us 10 points in front. Not blaming the kid, but would have put us 10 points in front. And then I remember Bairstow kicking 2 quick goals, which probably just about closed the game. But that was one game that we should never have lost. The battle of first and second on the ladder. It was a really big game for us. So 2 weeks in a row, 2 narrow losses. So we're certainly learning from those losses. It was very disappointing in the rooms after the game. The first bloke I saw was Terry Wheel. I could see the disappointment in his face. It was just the thought that we probably should have won the game, and that was the thing that disappointed all of us at that stage. That things were going reasonably well, but to lose the close ones against the top sides was disappointing.
Baxter will be paid the mark, playing in front.
And Baxter's got the job of minding Jarman today.
Marking contest on centre wing. Campbell was the flyer. It comes down to Kellett. Kellett's kick up towards Royal at half forward. The bounce doesn't favour him. Ducks back pretty quickly. Excellent hand pass. Delray, can he make it 2? Left foot snapshot is pretty good. 2 goals to Delray, 3 to Footscray. Kicks from a standing start out towards Smart and Coleman. Coleman goes off the ground. Intelligent football. And the ball bounces about 25 to 30 metres up towards the 50-metre line. Brian Royal always likes a goal. Won't get one this time. Delray cannons into the behind post. And we'll have to wait to see if he's taken the mark. Now Delray, spotting Royal. Bad marking by the Crows. Royal runs in and kicks an easy goal.
Darren Baxter in the centre of the ground will put Footscray up near their 50-metre line. Marking contest, Grant, well done. One of the most talented young players in the AFL is Chris Grant. And with the breeze at his back, well, I wouldn't be at all surprised if he scores from here. There's no one back in the square. Sean Wren is now backing back close to it as Grant kicks long into the front of the 10-metre square. Hits the ground, off the ground, Royals kick the goal.
You've got to keep the ball in the corridor, attempt to keep the ball in the corridor, and I think that's Geelong has been so successful this season because they are attempting at all times to keep the ball in the corridor.
Well, Footscray have got a chance here. Royal combining with Kellett. Kellett into an open goal. That was just too easy.
And the ball bounces out to where Kretiuk takes a clean possession. Goes down to Kellett, one of Footscray's goal scorers in the first quarter. Ran in for quite an easy one. Royal taken out of that contest. Grant. Good hand pass, Royal. He might kick another one, only 15 metres out. He doesn't miss those too often. And he's got the goal. Ball comes up to the centre wing position. Maynard, good hand pass onto Pays. Centering kick from him. In fact, they've gone right across the goal. Opportunity for Kellett now. We ran into goal in the first quarter from point blank range. Footscray forward line very open. Delray taking the easiest of marks in front of Ingerson. Danny Delray. French name from Italian parents. 40 metres out. And Danny's done it. Too far out to score. 1.5 to 2 kicks from there. Punch away by Ingerson. Tried to get the ball up to Marshall. He gets ridden into the ground. Might have been taken high. Crows fans looking for a free kick. Reynolds kicks from a standing start. Centering kick from him. And Royal, late on the scene, has pinched it.
Steal of the day.
Oh, gee, Bickley, I thought, had his name on that. And he's asking the question. He's gone for a pass to Grant while the Crows were arguing about the decision.
I think if anything costs them a goal, it's the fact that Grant was unmarked. Well, gave Royal a chance to pass it.
True, Robert. Point taken. That's a goal. So Grant kicking his first, and Footscray kick further ahead, 10-3 to 3-5. Maybe the lights might have been turned on here. Looks a little bit better now than it did at the start of the quarter. Hawkins tries to barge his way through. So does McDermott. Out it comes to Baxter. Looks for the hand pass quickly to Royal. He'll give it off again. Opportunity for Wallace, who kicks across his body. That's a beautiful kick for a goal.
Well, could have nearly been penalised. Away to Maynard. Maynard's kick wide. The race on now. Oh, terrific play. That's young Michael Frost. Eyes only for the football, and the mark is taken by Royal. He plays on, again unselfishly to Grant. Grant from point-blank range makes it look so simple. A terrific football by Footscray.
Liberatore. Wallace. Good tackle by Marshall. Gets it in turn out to Atkins. Over to Hunter. Back in turn to Atkins, who kicks towards centre-half forward and almost taken down there by Hart. The crumbs picked up by Grant. Jarman's got him. Excellent hand pass. Baxter will run into an open goal, and Darren Baxter kicks his first. Ball dropping short. Stanfield took advantage of that. Stanfield kicks up to midfield. Brown couldn't take the mark. I think it was Brown. His long hair's pretty wet now. Kellett gives it back to Atkins, and Atkins just a little run up, kicks down to half forward. Grant, mark or free kick. Excellent vision. Steve Wallace marking in front of McDermott, who has a few words to say, I presume, to Steve Wallace.
Peter, and I'm still wondering if Marshall is on Wallace, because Marshall's about 100 metres away then.
Well, that's poor marking too, because Brian Royal had chipped into space to take the mark. So Brian Royal for goal number 4. And what a season he's having. Started the season on the interchange bench a few times. And he kicked the goal. 4 goals to Brian Royal. 4 goals won, to be precise, as we get close to three-quarter time. Royal, gee, what a game he's playing. Yes. 4 goals, 2 he's kicked.
Yes, Peter, he's switched and gone onto the ball, and Liberatore's gone into the pocket.
Probably just for a short rest. Oh, good mark at Grant. Took a screamer last week at Cardinia Park. Was just about mark of the day. Baxter, always running, puts the ball down into the goal square. In fact, he scored a goal.
Away goes the Adelaide Crows, back towards the centre. The kick coming from Liptak. Hunter. Hawkins. Baxter. Baxter's kick is high. In towards the square. Oh, terrific mark. Terrific mark because he was high. It was a chest mark, a wet ball. This man is very, very accomplished.
He was third in line too, Robbo. And Chris Grant has showed us all his skills again today.
And he kicks for goal from only 20 metres out, and he puts it through quite easily.
Coleman, Galaxy at the back, in front of Jarman, or behind Jarman. Campbell, good diving mark. In Footscray, you would think they're about a point behind. They've forgotten about the scoreboard. They're just going on with it. Atkins overruns it. Oh, Royal, will he get another one? 30 metres out directly in front. He has. Choco's got 6.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried about this game because of the size of the ground. Footy Park where Adelaide played is a big track and they play very well at Footy Park, and I was a little bit concerned about playing them out at Waverley. I was hoping it was Western Oval. But as the game wore on, we really took control of the game, absolutely flogged them. So to beat them twice, 2 out of 2 in 1 year, was very good. Darren Baxter continued on his great form. He played very well. You know, his improvement was just unbelievable, because for years he'd sort of been a tagging type player, and all of a sudden he's become this run and kick, 30 possession player. And it's full credit to him, and Terry Will have done a great job of him. Brian Will probably played the best game for the year for himself. He kicked 6 goals, had about 30 possessions, played a great game. Overall, it was a great team effort again. Things seemed to be rolling along very well, and the most important thing, the coach was happy after this game, so it was very good.
Big pack, and there he is, Scott Wynd. I'll get some comments on from Don about this player later. Perhaps he is a dinosaur, perhaps not. He gets the ball further ahead with a good handball and a long kick into the Footscray forward line. Footscray looking good early with Royal. A quick kick, but the free kick has been brought back. No score on the board as yet. The Brownlow medalist kicks the ball long. He set it up. It looks pretty good off the boot. Was it touched? I think it's a goal. Koliniuk onto the ground. Taken by Burke. Coleman had a number of possessions, Coleman. And Frost. Atkins again, chalking up possessions. Oh, terrific mark from Baxter, running with the flight of the play. Flight of the ball, I should say. And from 45 metres out, he'd be right on his kicking limit. I think he'd be waiting for a lead from Del Rey. And here it comes, a short choke. And a terrific mark from Ballantyne. Ballantyne from 25 metres, it's bending left, but it's through the middle for a goal.
Slow handball to Hilton. Tui was able to sweat him off. Here's McPherson, and they should set something up here. Footscray. Coleman, he's got Atkins outside of him. Saw him in the long run. Very poor kick, but it should sit for Atkins. He should go over the top to Koliniuk. Koliniuk's got a paddock in front of him if it sits. He's got to take Morris on. Goes very short. Royal, Shanahan. Royal pushed in the back, free kick.
Interesting match that one, isn't it? Royal and Shanahan, you can see there the difference in size.
It's a mismatch, Don, isn't it?
Well, you'd have to say it, a mismatch on height-wise, but Shanahan's doing very well just the same.
So Royal, a short one to Del Rey on a lead. Well played. There was a space. Del Rey fielded in the end. He's kicked 43 goals in 12 matches this season. Twice he's kicked 7 goals in a game and once 6. Drop punt, kicks it very well for a goal. Drop punt, centre half forward the target. Bingham and Stanfield, McPherson. Atkins, well played. Crediuk on the run. Goes for Del Rey on the lead. Pushed away by Frawley, free kick Del Rey. Well, he kicks from about 40 metres. Drop punt, gives it a bit of a hook, but I think it's a goal, it is. 2 to Del Rey, an important goal for Footscray. They're back to 4-2 to 5-7 to stay in touch.
Back in the middle, Ruckman go at it. Wynd too tall, gets the ball to the ground. But it was all St Kilda at ground level. Round Footscray go into attack now. Good play by Royal, disposes of his man Shanahan and sets himself up for a shot at goal. It looks pretty good off the boot. It is. Punch back from Wynd doesn't give Footscray any advantage. That does, however, as he gets it to Atkins. Atkins on to Baxter. Baxter left foot. Morris at the back. Oh, should have taken that. Gives it to his man in Coleman, who makes him pay with a goal. Footscray should set something up here. There's plenty of loose men for St Kilda dropping into the hole. Del Rey taken over the shoulder and should get the free kick. Poor play there from Frawley. Danny Del Rey. From Williamstown, played in the VFA. He's been a terrific player up forward for Footscray this year. Footscray need this goal. A poor kick, it had bent back at the last minute. It's got through. Wynd at the bottom of the pack. Frost with his left foot, a low trajectory kick, a poor one. But out comes Del Rey. He's tackled by Frawley from behind. No free kick from the umpire. Royal over the back, gives it to Coleman, who just waltzes across the line with a goal. His second, and Footscray's first for the second half. They go further ahead now, 8-3 to 6-8.
Gets a quick handball to the space. Wynd lumbering out after it. Atkins provides the shepherd. Wynd gives it to Atkins. They're unable to get away from it. Shanahan caught. It's tough and hard. High tackle on Wynd. Free kick. They battled hard, the Doggy boys, and they're going to get it. To Atkins. Atkins now towards Frost it is. Unable to take it. Will Mansfield kick a goal? Drop punt. Royal sits underneath it. Waits for it. Still underneath it and will get a free kick. 33 for the season. Drop punt. Kicks the goal. 3 for Royal. 3 points the margin. Del Rey the pass. Takes a good mark. That's a terrific mark. And you'd back him from here, Don, I reckon. He's about 35
Well, on his pass record, Bruce, you'd have to.
This to put Footscray in front. Del Rey lines it up. Drop punt. Brings it back pretty well as a goal. Morris's high ball. Vidovic in the front. Wynd at the back. Helping out was Tui. Reynolds round the body. Didn't look. Will Frost get a good bounce? Makes something of it. Quickly Crediuk. A high one. Del Rey versus Grant. Body to body. It's Del Rey to kick his 5th. Go, boy, and through. 5 for Danny. And the Doggies have slipped away at 11-5 to 8-14.
Vidovic taps it on, but goes to Crediuk, who's had 2 kicks now in this last term.
Burke pinches the ball, gives it out to Bowie. Bowie runs into Mansfield. Mansfield with 2 jumpers on goes wide and looks for Del Rey. He's been Footscray's sensational goal kicker this quarter. Excellent left foot kick. Hits Ballantyne right on the chest. Right on the 50-metre line. Ballantyne, the Dogs are barking. A great goal to Ballantyne, and Footscray extend their lead now to 7 points.
No, you wouldn't want Frost and Dunkley in a long kicking competition, would you, at the showgrounds on a Sunday afternoon?
Coleman and Morris. Been a good battle today. Kolonyuk, Ballantyne. Nobody prepared to put their head over the ball, but Royal will. He doesn't mind a goal. Round the corner. It's a great goal to Royal, and the Dogs are in front.
Coghlan now. Winmar's at centre-half forward, he kicks it towards him, and Smith takes a good mark. Reynolds gets in the front, gets a shove in the back, doesn't get a free kick. McPherson tried to crash his way through. Wynd did it very well, the big man. Around his body, Krediuk on the front spot takes the mark.
It's like 2 heavyweights slugging it out in the 15th round as Smith drives Footscray back into attack. Shanahan affects the spoil on Ballantyne. Royal gets it out cleverly onto Croft, and Croft goes to the left foot. It's an important kick. The Dogs are back in front.
Stanfield pushed out of it by Bingham. Well read Bowie's had an important last quarter. Lockett right up the ground. McPherson, oh gee, they just paved the way for him. And through went Stephen with a long kick to centre-half forward. Oh, at the back, missed by Pekin. Here's a chance. Royal, Kolonyuk, important kick. Left foot, go, goal. It could be enough.
Yeah, St Kilda is never an easy assignment. It's always very tough going out there, and over the years we have certainly struggled. Leading up to the game we had about 7 or 8 changes. There were 6 senior guys out of the side. There was Foster and myself. There was a couple other guys I can't recall at this stage. But there were 6 guys out of the side, and sitting in the grandstand again watching the boys perform was a great experience. Some of the younger guys, young Frost again was fantastic, young Smith, young Croft, were just great. And of course our on ballers again, Scotty Wynd, Simon Atkins and Tony Liberatore were fantastic this day, and I'll make special mention of Tony Liberatore this day. There was times where the ball was there, he should never have got it. He was second in line to get it, but he just died at desperation. And it was a great eye-opener for me to watch Tony Liberatore play that way, because it's very hard to judge a guy when you're playing with him. This day he was very special, very, very special.
Throw in forward pocket for Footscray. Kolonyuk, a goal! Footscray working it straight down the centre corridor. Atkins to Royal, and for the first time really he's got away from young Wanganeen. Ryan Royal, 47 metres out, goes for the goal and kicks it.
It's been a tough game.
A kick by O'Donnell. And the mark taken in defence by Frost. Away to McPherson. Centre wing Kolonyuk. Really stretched the hammies to get to that one. Pokes it over the top to Coleman. Not as dominant in this second quarter as in the first.
He's running around like a 2-year-old though.
He is. Kick it. Oh, it looked as though, and then he gave it away. Royal. 40 metres from goal, Brian Royal. It breaks the drought for the Bulldogs. Now kick it. Goes off the ground. Hawkins slips the hand pass to Smith. The kick by Smith. It's close. It's a chance. Goal. Steve Kolonyuk not looking too good there. Chris Danaher. Hawkins and Long. Royal for Footscray. Spawn bowls him over. Atkins. And that's a free kick to Footscray right in front. Over the shoulder came the defender, and Ballantyne will shoot for goal. Just his 3rd kick for the day, John Ballantyne. That's just their 5th goal for the day, Footscray.
And he's so little, you can't tackle him round the waist. He kicks it out to Wynd, who hasn't stopped trying. Hawkins is on his own if he can transfer play, but he goes the other way. Wynd into full forward. A chance for the high flyers. Campbell! Tony Campbell from 25 metres. Kicks at goal and slams it through.
You'd want it laces out, otherwise it would cut you to ribbons. Anderson. A tough ball in there. Smith. Inside the 50 with this. Ballantyne. Ballantyne kicks this one. Maybe Footscray a chance yet.
Well, they're only 4 goals down in 7 minutes of play to go. Well, they're going forward again as Liberatore got it to Atkins. Campbell at the back, couldn't take it. Here's Ridley. Now Hawkins. Now kick it, backflips it. Liberatore on the left foot. Kicks in towards goal. It's another one to the Bulldogs. Oh, they're making a late charge. Just under the 3-minute mark to go in this match. Flood to the half-back line. Wynd. Oh, there's a great mark by Coleman. He's got to get it moving quickly.
So there's no time for that, he's got to get back and get the ball on his boot.
Now he brings it into the hole. Ballantyne, a great lead. Has he made a difference at full forward?
Really, I think they've perhaps left this bloke on the bench for far too long.
And also, he wasn't full forward early. He was in the pocket alongside Del Rey, and it's different when you're the focal point. It makes a huge difference. Here's the kick from Ballantyne. He splits the centre for a goal.
Yeah, Essendon. Twice during the year they've really given us a good flogging. They soon had the wood over us. It's pretty hard to point a finger on where we fell apart. This certain day we only kicked 4 goals in the first 3 quarters, which is very disappointing. I think young Johnny Ballantyne, come on in the last quarter, kicked 3 or 4 goals himself in that last quarter to add a little bit of respect to the score. Terry Will after the game was very, very, very disappointed. There's a few words he had to say to a lot of players. Matter of fact, he singled a few of us out, which I think was pretty fair too. It was disappointing because Essendon were just starting to get a bit of a roll on them, and it put a bit of a halt to our sort of plans. So, and as well, MCG again, 50,000 people. It's a good experience to play in front of a big crowd, and we'd failed, and which was a bit disappointing as well. But still, I'm sure we can bounce back from that loss. It was very disappointing. It was a very tough game against the Swans. It was a very windy day. A very tight game all day. I think we got away in the last quarter by 5 or 6 goals at the end. I can always recall, I was playing up in the wing this day, I can always recall looking at the forward line. There wasn't much movement. I'm sure we had about 5 out of the 6 forwards were crook. Royal, Kolonyuk, Grant, I think Darrow might have been crook as well. There's 4 guys just standing more or less in the goal square. So it was very hard to kick to a leading forward because there was none. There was no one there to lead. So it was a very strange, a strange situation to be in. But still, it was a great win, a great show of character. And I think after the game it was very rewarding, and I'm sure the coach was happy too because it was a good test because we had at least 6 or 7 guys on the ground who wasn't fit. So full credit to the side. The boys played very well. So yeah, it was a great experience seeing no forwards leading. Unbelievable. It was a game where North really had a go at us early. We kicked 6 or 7 in the first quarter, which probably ended any hopes for them. It was a very windy day again out at Waverley. Scott Wynd continued on his great form. Even at this stage, I gave him a great chance for the Brownlow medal at this stage of the year, even though we had certain guys probably taking votes away from him. Simon Atkins, Tony Liberatore, and I thought Darren Baxter has had a great year as well. Will be taking votes as well, and Steve Wallace. But Scott Wynd's form has been absolutely fantastic, and this day again he was, very exceptional. He was a fantastic player this day. To win by 50 or 60 points was a great team effort. the coach again, Terry was very happy after the game. You know, he mentioned a couple of players who played very well, and Scott Wynd was the first bloke mentioned again. So, you know, he was happy, and that makes a lot of us guys happy as well. So, that was a good team effort.
McPherson will take the free kick. He plays on quickly, kicks it in nearer the centre half forward position. Chance here for Liberatore. Around onto the left foot, a high kick in towards full forward. Punched away, the Carlton defence standing up. Brown left it behind. The hand pass not too bad. Hawkins, was that a throw? No, it's a free kick to Footscray going to Collingham. He kicked 6 goals against Carlton on the previous occasion these two teams met in round 7. So a chance here to post his first goal for the afternoon. Lovely kick. Beautiful kick by Collingham, a goal. Blues by 16 points. Madden dominating the centre bounces against Wynd, but Wynd gets the kick up towards half forward, and a mark has been taken by Hawkins. It was very close to the turn.
Interesting behind play, the way Baxter's shepherding Bradley out of those centre bounce downs, and Bradley's appealing to the umpire, saying, I'm being held. He's not going for the ball.
Well, Hawkins certainly will get the distance from here. He's got the breeze across his right shoulder. Sets it up, drop punt kick, pretty good. Dougie Hawkins gets Footscray's second. And Greg Williams has already had 6 possessions, so there's not much doubt about his ability to get the football even if he does have a knee injury, but that may be an indication. The kick really with no penetration, marked by Stephen Wallace.
Who goes with a high kick towards half forward. Del Rey and Silvani both there. This time,
yes,
it goes against Silvani.
He did infringe, he was holding on.
Del Rey has booted 52 for the season, averaging just over 3. The Dogs would love this one from him. Straight through the middle. Del Rey gets his first and a much-needed goal for the Dogs. 3-1. They trail Carlton 4-7.
In towards the centre of the ground, no mark taken. Stephen Wallace gets his foot to the ball, goes up towards the wing, and the mark is taken by McPherson.
Right in the middle, Steve McPherson lays off the hand pass. Down towards Campbell, as we've said, now playing in the forward line. Royal and Hogg had a nice old dust up. Here's Campbell for a goal.
Actually, that was really well done by Brian Royal.
The people who select football teams week in, week out for the entire season, they're the ones who take note of the, well, Kevin Bartlett referred to them during the week in the press as 1%ers. And they make the difference between winning and losing tough, hard football matches. Coleman has it for Footscray. He's kicking towards full forward. Royal! If it's not a mark, it's a free kick. And well done, Brian Royal. He copped a whack right in the snout in the second quarter. Well, he's quite a pugnacious-looking person, Brian Royal, and he kicks for goal and he puts it through. So Royal kicks his first goal and Footscray bite back. Royal's down. There's a bit of a biff on here. Plenty of action at Princes Park. They're coming from everywhere now. There'll be 20 of them in a minute. Tui's in there, Del Rey, Stephen Wallace.
Free kick out of the centre. The game goes on. Christo brings back into play. Again heads to the outer side. Hannah the flyer from behind. Wynd waited. There he is at the back. Quickly on to McPherson. A short kick only as far as Dorotich, who couldn't take the mark.
Free kick. That's going Footscray's way, I think.
Legging. Taken by Matthew Mansfield.
Dorotich crook on himself because he dived to take the chest mark and it slipped out of his hands. And good fortune for Footscray.
So Mansfield from just on 50. Nice looking kick. He's got it. Mansfield gets his first. More importantly, it's the 6th. Footscray 6-4 plays 11-14. That one's been plucked out and it's going to Steve Wallace.
Free kicks 27 to Footscray, 32 to Carlton.
To the 50-metre line, Campbell went a little early. Liberatore riding down in front. What a smother by Silvani. Liberatore has a take 2. Coleman should mark.
Del Rey shoved.
The Dogs wanting goals badly. Just sneaks it home.
Yeah, Carlton just too strong and close, just too tough. Again, out-toughed. I think Essendon twice in years done it to us, and Carlton done it as well. Before the game, we were pretty confident. I thought we could do very well. But full credit to Carlton, they really wanted to win the game, and it showed a little bit of a weakness in our armour, which was probably good to find out before you come to the finals. So it was a game that I think a lot of our players will never forget. I think the word probably could be used was embarrassing. We were embarrassed by the opposition. So after the game, the boys sat very quietly, for about half an hour, 40 minutes after the game, and had a good talk to each other. But you can just see the disappointment in the players' faces, which was good to see. It just shows that we have got pride in our performance, and our performance against Carlton was ordinary.
Kicks it wide. Wallace almost pushed in the back, nothing doing. Waters along the boundary line. Tui, good mark.
Yes, must have seen Wynd out of the corner of his eye, and was very thankful he had the right jumper on as far as Tui was concerned. Back to centre half forward. It was through Grant's fingers. It was a very difficult one. Main wearing. Royal off the ground. That's not a bad kick for a goal. Oh, what about that one? Oh. Maradona, eat your heart out. Brian Royal's in town. Chocker. Just 29 years of age and over 240 games. Third league club. Centre half forward. Oh, Coleman, a beauty.
Well, I tell you what, those gloves, a lot of people make very snide remarks about players that wear gloves, but it's a very good tactic, I'd say, today. A cold day at the Western Oval, he's taken two terrific marks. The first one, I don't think you'll see a better mark all day, the one he took out in front of his face. And that juggled one-hander.
Yes, there's a big difference, isn't there, between a day like today and when it's 30 degrees at the MCG and dry.
Exactly.
Well, an important kick. It's got the breeze behind him. Drop punt. Gee, that looks good as a goal.
Liberatore, Reynolds, hurried kick towards half forward. They've switched wings, the West Coast Eagles. Matera has come across on Kellett now. Testimony to the form of Wallace as Atkins gives it to Baxter, who kicks inside the 50. Here he is again. Coleman kicks into Hepburn. It ricochets across towards Pike, who was pushed in the back, I thought, by McPherson, who in turn was pushed in the back, and he'll get the free. Oh, Eagles fans won't like that.
Big kick here for McPherson at 40 metres out. Drop punt, nice looking kick. Goal. An important one for Footscray. 3-5 now to no score by West Coast. Now Coleman goes against Hepburn. What an important play. White gets a quick kick away. Back to half back. Kellett, was he being held on to? Plays it cleverly. He's won 3 important balls in this term. Bangs it back to full forward. Coleman was there. Del Rey. Royal went to ground. McPherson. Oh, well played though, Lamb. A free kick against Lamb to McPherson.
Yes, high on McPherson.
Gee, I know. I'd like to see a replay because he certainly went for the footy, I reckon.
There's no doubt about that, but the intent doesn't matter, Bruce, does it? Look at Steve McPherson. There's the knock away, and it's taken pretty high, although you don't think it was all that serious?
Well, he certainly knocked the ball firstly, didn't he? But
there's no doubting he was taken high.
Correct.
Technically, it was a free kick.
Correct. He's.
Well, every marking contest would see a free kick, I would think, Byrne. I mean,
I don't think that necessarily follows, Dennis.
Oh, well.
My instinct was play on, but let's see if McPherson can kick a very, very important goal, and he has.
Oh.
Well, in the context of the game, it's got to be worth 3, that one. 4-5 to 2 points. McPherson gets his second. Both his goals have come from free kicks, Bernie.
Yes.
And you could have questioned both of them. Chris Waterman. reasonable distance in the circumstances. Wynd gets a free kick. Well, this can really make you pay. Now Wynd will give it off to Mansfield, who can go for goal with a high drop punt. It's right there. Grant Delray, is that a goal? It is! Mansfield gets his first, and the first for the term, and that makes it hard, doesn't it? 5-8 to 2 points.
Campbell drives it towards the outer side. Heady needs to punch it forward. He tried to. Wallace has got the run of it. McPherson was held without it. He'll get the free kick. So McPherson just forward of the wing. Again, the Eagles having a half chance. Nothing good coming of it. Delray, good mark now. He's a thumping kick. He could go close from here. Goes in short instead. Atkins is marked. He's only 35 metres out from goal directly in front. Well, the game turned around quickly. He's a fine player. I'd back him. He's kicked it. FOOTSCRAY'S. Too good.
You get a feeling they might be able to conjure something here, FOOTSCRAY'S, and sneak a goal.
Coleman tried to take clean possession. McPherson straight to centre half forward. Foot race now. Kellett soccers it to his own advantage. Or Delray. Delray picks it up. He's 40 metres from goal. Corcoran is down there. Nobody touched it. It's a goal. The second of the afternoon at that end. Delray gets his first. And FOOTSCRAY'S are 7-10. The West Coast Eagles are 4 points. And jubilation there. And the FOOTSCRAY'S boys, to the strains of the club song, predicting better things to come for their fans who are rapturous down there on the fence.
Yeah, it was a great win against West Coast at the Western Oval. We've only beaten them ever once since they've been in the competition. That was back in '87, and that was at the Western Oval. And it was great to wake up in the morning and see it was raining and it was very windy and very wet. Matter of fact, I noticed a few of the boys from West Coast with their sunglasses on getting off the bus. I said, "Boys, take it off. It's not that sunny at all today. It's a very wet day." But no, it was a great win. The boys really attacked the ball very hard and very they were very tough. I can always remember one instance stands out so much in that game was the ball went out in the wing and Steve Wallace was racing against Chris Mainwaring, and Steve was at least 5 yards behind him. He dived on the ball, picked the ball up and won the ball, and then ran away from Chris Mainwaring and kicked the ball forward. It was probably one of the most inspirational things I've seen since I've been at the club. It was a fantastic effort, and I'm sure the boys grew a couple extra feet after that effort. And it was great to beat West Coast, and great to beat Mickey too. Brisbane Bears, it was a strange game that day. Being a week before our finals for the first time in 7 years. So I think maybe a lot of the boys had their minds on the finals, which can happen. And maybe we did take Brisbane a bit lightly, being down at the bottom of the ladder and being at the Western Oval, home game in front of a home crowd. But full credit to them, they really took the game up to us. It was only in the last quarter where we kicked 8 or 9 goals to get away from them. Chris Grant again was fantastic, played very well on the half-forward flank. He just seemed to be playing just so well over those last few games. He played extra well. I think you could just see he was going to take his good form into the finals. He was a player of the future, young Chris Grant. I call him the Rolls Royce. We only had one at FOOTSCRAY'S, that was Calvin Templeton. Now we've got 2. The lead up to the qualifying final against Geelong, we did play once in '85, and I can't recall the media being so much behind the club. It was amazing, the interviews and the people around the club before training. It was just amazing, the cameras and just the media people. It was just amazing, which I suppose could be a little bit scary for younger guys and even us older guys. to see so much media people around the club. It was a huge build-up, you know, for the finals. We'd planned 16 wins, we achieved that, and which was great. Playing the finals again, well, it's a great buzz. It's amazing. It's pretty hard to explain the feeling, and I'm sure I'm talking on behalf of all the players as well. It's just a great feeling, and having the support of all the people from Footscray was great as well. Qualifying final, well, I've probably never played in a better first half. Our players just played so well. The boys just, you know, seemed to be kicking goals from anywhere. I think we probably played too well. We just couldn't keep it going, you know, which was disappointing. But our first half was fantastic.
Matthew and Michael on the opposite sides. Charles, gee, pushing the back as well. Mark or whatever. Umpire says play on. Royal on a lead and marks.
But that's what they've got to do. They've got to move the ball on quickly. They can't afford to be stationary in their movements and just playing on from there. Liberatore's kick was a beauty.
3 touches now to Brian Royal. He was named as a possible interchange player. I think that's a bit of a joke. He'd be in my best 18 for Footscray, but the veteran lines up for possibly Footscray's first goal. Inside 50, kicked from about 40 metres. Looks good. A goal.
Aussie rules football and baseball, but at the moment, he's got the job in front of him.
Oh,
working hard in the ruck. There's Atkins taken too high. Simon Atkins has the free kick about 40 metres from goal. Well, I think he'll be a little bit more confident with this one. And he does the job nicely. Simon Atkins. Bounce about 15 metres from the Footscray goal. Chance now for Del Rey. Shrugs the tackle. Too high.
When you try and get a run like that, that's right.
Look, so absolutely important 20 metres from goal. But Footscray now have a chance to kick a goal. Del Rey to shoot for goal from 20 metres out and put Footscray in front. And he kicks the goal.
Charles, turns like a rover. Superbly done. Grant, the 2 number 29s, but it's Grant in front and takes the mark in front of Ken Hinckley. Chips it in short. Oh, Kellett stood his ground well. Kellett, pretty acute angle. Doesn't make any difference. It's a goal.
And he kicks with the left foot in towards half forward. Grant, wonderful composure to just keep his footing. And he gets around onto the right foot and kicks at the Baxter. Footscray absolutely killing Geelong at the moment.
Yes, that's brilliant from Chris Grant. Fantastic play.
2 good passes in the last minute he's dished out.
Darren Baxter kicking from about 47 metres and gets under it a little bit, lobs it right in the goal square. That's a mark, certain mark to Charles. Justin Charles, 21 years of age, just a youngster. Kicks for goal and puts it straight through the centre and the arms in the air. But only as far as Hinckley. Hinckley's kick across his body goes back into the busy centre. Barnes and Stoneham leave it. Through comes Stanfield. Now Atkins. A long kick by that player into the pocket. Grant. He is such a good player, Chris Grant. Well, Grant, the difficulty confronting Chris Grant is the angle. He's only 25 metres out. So let's see what he can do. Chance for the Bulldogs' 6th goal in the first quarter of the qualifying final. He's kicked it. Charles tries to get it to Wallace. Wallace hand pass. Atkins. In turn Liberatore. Liberatore from 55. Lovely little kick. Hawkins is marked in the pocket. Look out, Dougie. Now Hawkins, such a talented footballer. Really should kick this. Dougie Hawkins shoots for goal. It looks pretty good. Hawkins kicks his first, and Footscray doing very nicely in the first term of the qualifying final. They lead by 10 points.
Boundary throw in. It's all Footscray. At the fall of the ball, Brian Royal. Centering kick by the veteran. Oh, that's a mark.
Front position.
By Doug Hawkins.
He's a great player, isn't he? 32 years of age, been a champion for Footscray.
For Footscray's 8th goal, and his second. He steals it through for full points.
Steve Wallace away to Baxter. Baxter's kick across his body has been marked by Atkins.
Play on. Long ball. Delray. Good use of the money in the mark. Well, Atkins, a long bomb in the first quarter, resulted in a mark by Chris Grant. Delray, point blank range. Kicks and goals.
Just kicked away from Scott. In comes Hickmott. Handball. Gary Hocking not going hard enough. There. Crediuk takes it away. Back in towards the centre. Coleman kicks it quickly. High and a wobbly punt kick. Del Rey! Oh, look at the man in the goal square. No, Danny Del Rey may have a shot. And he has a chance to post his third goal, and we've still got 20 minutes left in the first half. Lovely kick, Del Rey.
Danny Del Rey joins Billy Brownless with 3 goals here this afternoon. But it's one-way traffic at the moment. Ablett, gee, he's been quiet so far. Stoneham, they need more from him as well. Riccardi chips it in short, but still inside the centre square. The Cats have got to get the next goal. And as the sun comes out, maybe that'll lift their spirits. They certainly need it. Atkins, gee, nearly a throw. Good tackle. Buse brushes one. Can't get around McPherson. Wallace lays it off well. Stanfield at right half back. Oh, man on his own is Justin Charles, who's played pretty well here today. Del Rey and McGrath. McGrath drops it like a hot spot. Holding the ball.
Well, he had it for half an hour.
Gee, Footscray really fired up. 50 metres.
There's the umpire saying he was chipped, trying to get back, have that shot.
So Del Rey, who's kicked 3, and as Ross mentioned, 60 now for the year, has a chance to make it 4 and 61. This is the reverse angle.
Goes for the mark. McGrath then. Good tackle. Yeah. Good tackle.
So Del Rey might be 2 goals in a minute and a half. Shouldn't miss from there. He hasn't. 4.
Brownless has now kicked 4. Del Rey 4 for Footscray. Stoneham beaten for it by Charles. Liberatore tackled. Mansfield in the back. Nearly, yes, it is being paid, and Liberatore will take the kick for Footscray just near the centre circle. Liberatore, 5 kicks and 4 hand passes. Good kick too, Royal. It's getting too much space.
Yes.
And I would think he'd nearly get the distance from here. Loves kicking goals. Oh, good kick again.
23 points the difference, 11 minutes left in the half. Stoneham up in ruck, won by Footscray. Liberatore, the Terrier Brownlow medalist. Oh, excellent football. Del Rey marks a chance to kick number 5. And again, the Bulldogs can register the quickest of replies. So Danny Del Rey with 4 straight against his name today. Look at this perfect play, Ross.
Yes, he's not often had to use the right side of his body, but he did that very well.
What about the roving in the centre? Wasn't it perfect?
So Danny Del Rey. Inside 50, kicks for number 5 and gets number 5. And that chance will go to Footscray. So Geelong won't add to its tally. 13 seconds left. It ticks down. They must take a mark. McGrath late, pushing the back. Yes, Del Rey. I wonder what he'll say to the umpire now. Well, he'll say thanks because it's 50 metres. Goal number 6 to the Highford. As the siren goes for half-time.
Second half was very, very disappointing. 14 goals to 2 in the second half. To Geelong's credit, they played very well.
Bulldogs need to kick the next goal. High kick by Hawkins. Marking contest, Footscray mark, Del Rey. Actually, he's very good value for money, Danny Del Rey. He's only had 7 kicks. He's kicked 6. So from 8 kicks, he could have 7 goals on the board. Oh, it's another good kick.
McPherson almost caught, unloads to Baxter. Baxter, good long penetrating kick up towards half forward. Wallace can't make ground. Del Rey, has he got a chance for another one? A banana kick from the forward pocket. That's a brilliant kick, Danny Del Rey, for his 8th goal.
Footscray need one quickly. It may come here. Atkins is marked 45 metres out. He's forced to play on. The kick falls short of McPherson. McPherson into an open goal, and he does get one for the Bulldogs.
I think the players relaxed a little bit. You know, at half time we come in, we were a little bit confident. You know, I thought we played a great first half, and you know, I thought we were going to win the game at half time. You know, we're 6 goals up or 5 goals up, even though Geelong was starting to sort of come at us. Still without, you know, Scott Wynd, who'd been a great player all year, Peter Foster, Brian did play this day, but losing, you know, not having Scott Wynd and Peter Foster was a big loss for us, because our big ruckman and our centre half back. But full credit to young Stanfield, centre half back, who had a good year, played very well all year, you know, filling in for Peter Foster. We just seemed to relax a bit, and Geelong seemed to change gears. They found an extra gear which we couldn't do.
Winmar Liberatore, start of the match. Footscray kicking with the breeze. It's substantial. Vidovic and Wynd, a free kick immediately from the centre. And it's coming back to Coleman at centre half forward. So Coleman to put Footscray deep into attack. Hawkins at the back. Still with Hawkins. Now Del Rey, who's been in spectacular form, to Grant. Early goal to Footscray. What a start.
Now Fletcher. Tackle by Mansfield was excellent. Coming away with the ball is Stephen Crediuk. Good play by the half-back. Crediuk to half-forward, and there's an excellent mark. Grant's on fire. Chris Grant. Hand pass to McPherson, an open goal looms. Steve McPherson drops it right through the middle. So Footscray starting off well.
It's a tough day for footy, no question about that. Centre half forward, Hawkins, now Chris Grant, looking for options. Goes very short. Del Rey, Shanahan, Del Rey well played, brilliantly played. McPherson, Del Rey can kick this, round the body, goes for it, and has put it through. A splendid goal.
Vidovic versus Wynd. Kicked away for Footscray by Shannon Corker into the half-forward line. Chris Grant looking very dangerous. Breaks the tackle, Chris Grant. Onto the left foot. It rolls. It bounces. It's a great goal. Chris Grant has kicked his second. And they're ecstatic, Footscray. 4-2 to secure the 1 goal.
And I get the feeling, Tim, there's Coleman and also Winmar, that scores are about level. Footscray being 3 goals in front at this stage.
Yes, I think that gives you a true indication of the breeze. And I just wonder how long St Kilda can leave Bowie off the ground. They've got Winmar playing a negative role on Liberatore and Harvey being shut down at the moment
Hawkins,
by Steve Wallace.
This could be a goal by Hawkins. It is. Dougie has kicked the beauty.
That pressure applied by the Footscray forwards on the St Kilda backs was magnificent.
Robert Harvey there, not getting much out of him. Oh, he's kicked straight to Coleman. Bad play by Harvey. Look at this, loose men everywhere. Steve Wallace in towards Grant. Grant plays on. He races into goal, Chris Grant. And Chris Grant, I think he's kicked it, yes.
A goal here would be an enormous boost to Footscray. Coleman and Vidovic, body on body. Left foot by Colin, a chance. Goal. Well, what a play it was. And Colin gets a goal out of not much, and Footscray get a big break again here at 7-3. They're the masters, aren't they, Footscray? The low-scoring, tight matches, high tackle, free kick, going to Mansfield at centre wing. I almost feel St Kilda's playing into Footscray's hands here. Now he takes on Daniels and gets around him a bit too easily in the end, and then thumps the ball to full forward. Del Rey unable to hold what would have been a tough one. Shanahan off the ground. McPherson well played. Here's a chance. Handball to Grant. Goal number 4. Well, it's too early to say shut the gate, but it's a big break now.
The time clock, a minute to go till half-time. Magnificent performance this by Footscray, committed performance. It hits the deck. Oh, McPherson to Liberatore. Liberatore, the little rover, sprints into goal, and he's put it through for another one.
Maybe the smallest man out there, but one of the really outstanding players in the AFL. Here's Wallace, 200th game. What a celebration for him if the Doggies can march on to a preliminary final. There's a long way to go yet. A lot can happen in this game in an hour. Chris Grant, who's kicked 4 goals to date, didn't give the handball off, thought he should have. Now goes to Atkins. Still Atkins, keeps his balance, goes for goal and kicks it. What a start! Oh, well, if that wouldn't break the back, I don't know what will. Kolonyuk off and Froster's come on. Here's Harvey in the corridor, tries to break the Kellett tackle. Daniels goes to ground, play on call, Footscray rip it off St Kilda. Kellett's left-hand handball, tried a half volley McPherson. Coleman clever, off the ground, gains 40 metres. Attacking at Greg, only as far as Chris Grant, sidesteps once, chips it beautifully to Hawkins. Here's a goal, handball over the top, Del Ray through. Easy as you like.
And sometimes just a guy attacking the ball like that can create some sort of an advantage for your side.
Liberatore, oh, clever. Atkins, well played to Wallace, who sweeps it to Mansfield, who should give it to Grant, and does with a precise kick at half forward. Well, they've had the answers, Footscray, and if they get the next goal, you feel that the Saints will be too far back. A great kick to Hawkins. Well, he's missed a couple today, Dougie. He's normally so good. Drop punt. It's a good-looking kick coming back strongly. It's a goal. That's a captain's goal. Goes out that way. McPherson in front of Peake and clever. He's had some nice touches today, McPherson.
He's been good.
Centering kick. Del Ray the target, outnumbered. Morris goes for it. Atkins read it beautifully. Sets it up. Wallace goes for goal in the square. Hawkins at the back, waits and kicks his third. Dougie, it's all too easy. Look at that. The most famous of the Bulldogs has a big smile, and that might be it.
Ralph Smith on the left foot has found Pekin. They've just got to move it. The forward at all cost, a bad hand pass allows Steve McPherson in. Oh, he didn't have the ball. Free kick to McPherson. Poor tackle by Daniels. And he can chip it to Wallace if he kicks it now. Wallace in the hole, and he's found him. Steve Wallace in his 200th game. He's been a terrific player for Footscray. Came up through the under-19s. There's the kick from Wallace. Not a bad-looking kick. I think it's a goal. Yes. Oh, he's almost caught to the ball, McAdam. McPherson loses it. Pekin, he loses it in the tackle. Socket off the ground. Corcoran. Well done by Corcoran. On to McPherson. Oh, good kick. Del Ray, no mark, but here's a goal. Kick by Grant. Mansfield again, always bumped by a bit of a hip and shoulder. Tui kicks wide. Off goes the racehorse Kellett. Kellett on the left foot looking for McPherson. Well played, Steve McPherson. Great use of the body. McPherson up towards Atkins and Del Ray. Who'll it sit for? It'll sit for Del Ray. He can tap it on. Here's Atkins. An open goal coming up here. Simon Atkins sprints in and puts it through.
Pekin at the top off Frost. Well done for goal. Gary Ablett to Tui to Frost, and that's it. Footscray is in to the preliminary final, and as they've done all season, they've defied the odds, no question about that. They came here as 13-8 outsiders, and they put it to St Kilda emphatically in the first half.
Very windy day at Waverley, and you know, the media seemed to drop off a little bit. You know, a lot of the press sort of thought, well, Footscray out in straight sets, out of the finals in straight sets, which would have been, I think, shattering was the word I like to use, not disappointing, shattering. You know, it just couldn't happen to us. Training during the week was very good. We trained very well. The ground was a little bit soft at the Western Oval, but still the boys trained very well. And I could just see this little bit of urgency coming back into the players. You can see to train them. The day out at Waverley, where it was very windy, and the ground was a little bit soft, which suited us down the ground. I think young Keenan Reynolds done a fantastic job on Stuart Lowe, half his size, but kept him. I think he only took 3 marks for the game. And that would have been the last quarter. He took his 3 marks. And Tony Campbell done a good job on big Tony Lockett. I think kicked 4 or 5, but Tony Campbell played very well. And I think overall it's just a great team effort. And I was talking to Nicky Winmar after the game, and he just knew from the first 10 minutes that Footscray were going to win. He said you were so determined, just so desperate. So you know, it was full credit to the boys to bounce back after a shattering loss against Geelong.
Hughes, slippery little handball. Simpson into the centre. McGrath must get this. No, it bounces awkwardly. Now chance for Wynd. Away to Liberatore. Liberatore's kick into the goal square. Mark to Footscray McPherson.
And Steve McPherson finding some space in that forward line.
Well, maybe the Bulldogs will get their goal now. They do. He's an exciting player, but there it is again. Over the top to Miles, who was nearly caught. Kick is short, and that's what happens. Barry Stoneham going berserk because the kick fell short and gives the Footscray defenders a chance to chop
I think
in.
he may take this off. No, I think he's just warning him, but be careful, Bernard Toohey. Just a warning.
Well, I'm a little bit with Toohey. I mean, it is a final. Golly Moses. Toohey with the football. Miles has come off the ground. There's a terrific mark taken by Grant. And we believe Rogers is on the ground for Geelong. So Malcolm Blight just swinging the changes, trying to get maybe a little bit better balance. Buse, a player of, well, a lot better running ability than both Miles and Rogers. He's off the ground with a shoulder injury. Grant, he's kicked to centre forward, beautifully weighted. Geelong are in trouble here. Campbell, now Hawkins, too high. Must be a free kick for Hawkins. He's kicking from about 45 metres. The Bulldogs have had some trouble so far in this game. Hawkins' kick. It is a great kick by Hawkins. He kicks his first goal. He's kicked 2 behinds. But more importantly, Footscray are in front by 3 points. In the forward pocket for Footscray. Hinkley, Charles, McPherson. Steve McPherson! Oh, he's caught. Chris Grant. Shot for goal! Well done, Chris Grant!
Bulldogs at centre half forward. Charles wins the tap to Hawkins. Terrific recovery, and it's going to be a Footscray free right in front.
That all coming after he gave the umpire a decent old serve over there for being penalised for throwing the ball.
Right in front, 40 metres out. He has kicked the goal.
Atkins getting into the game, now has his 12th possession. Up to centre forward, Collinwood will get run down. No, he won't, he shrugs the tackle. Still got the football. Handball to Grant, Footscray will be in front. Chris Grant kicks his second goal, and the Bulldogs have kicked the last 4.
It's punched down, goes to Wills. Kick by Wills off the left, a high ball to centre wing. Ablett in front of Campbell. Great mark, Tony Campbell. Well, you wouldn't say that in a month of Sundays. Coleman, he's got some run here from Kellett. Weaves infield. Kick by Mark Kellett. Grant and Hawkins.
Dougie claiming that mark. He does like to con the umpires a little bit at times. He didn't really have a good grip on it on that second bite.
For his third goal. An important one for the Bulldogs. They just keep boxing on.
Stephen Wallace, 6 kicks and 4 hand passes. Short pass, or too high. Will's nearly a chance. Mansfield. Gatherers by Grant. Grant off the left foot. Kick high. Scott away from Collinwood. Collinwood shrugs the tackle. Kicks it into the goal square. The mark is taken by Charles.
Since Footscray's last score, Geelong have kicked 5 goals, 3. And Geelong only led by 15 points then, so it's a long time between drinks for the Bulldogs.
But Charles posts a goal for Footscray. Player on his owner's couch. Now called to play on. Short kick has been smothered there by Stephen Wallace. Well done. And that kick is being marked there by Del Rey. It was an ordinary kick off the boot.
Couch's stats, 5 kicks and 7 hand passes. So Steve Wallace, one of the best taggers in the business at the moment.
Del Rey is kicked 1. And he's now kicked 2.
Well, there could have been 2 kicking in danger there, one against Stoneman, one against Bairstow.
Punch from behind by McGrath. It comes to Baxter, who threads his way straight towards goal and kicks it.
Punched away there by Rogers. Gathered by McPherson. Liberatore just fumbles. Able to get his kick away. High in towards full forward. No mark taken. Grant has it. He's tackled, but he gets the handball away to Baxter. Baxter may get another goal for Footscray. He does.
Up the ground to Merriman. Out wide. Here we go. Stoneham. And he kicks it. And that's right on the siren for Big Baz. And so it'll be Geelong and the West Coast Eagles for the flag next week. Footscray's gallant charge at the flag comes to an end 1 game short. The Bulldogs in their first final series since 1985. They went out in the preliminary final that year as well, and they've done it again in 92. Geelong played their last grand final in 1989, and it was one of the all-time classics. Let's hope for a similar one next week.
I honestly believe we could beat them. You know, just great feeling that we could win this and go into a grand final. I think the start of the game, we kicked 6 or 7 points in the first quarter before we kicked a goal, which was very costly. I remember myself missing a couple of easy shots, which, you know, you got to kick goals in finals, and especially at the start of the first quarter when the pressure was on, we missed some easy shots. And going into the first quarter, I think it was 3 goals to about 1 goal, 6 or 7. So I think from then on we struggled a little bit, and of course we had Scotty Wynd back in the side, and he wasn't fully fit. You know, he had a crook leg, and losing him midway through the second or third quarter was a big blow to us. But once again, we just couldn't seem to overcome Geelong. You know, they were a side we just couldn't beat. But you know, we had a go. We give it our best shot. I mean, that's what you can ask of the boys. As long as you give it your best shot and try, you can't do much more.
How much do you think injuries played a part in it?
Well, I think it played a big part in the injuries. Scotty Wynd, of course, again, Peter Foster, Brian Rule never played, and Mark Hunter. They were 4 senior guys who I believe would have made a difference. There's no doubt about that in my mind, and I'm sure in a lot of people's minds that these boys would have made a big difference for us. But they weren't there. I mean, that's what football's all about. You've got to be out in the ground to achieve that 1 goal, and that's winning that grand final, which we fell short of. Disappointing.
And also Footscray, it's good to see them sticking together, Drew. Their season has been a very good one. I know they'll be very disappointed, but they're all waiting to go off this ground together as a team. Terry Wheeler going over there. They'd be a very disappointed bunch of young men, but their season has been enormous. A little bit unfortunate today. They're beaten by a far better side. They can improve. They'll look for better things next year.
There's no doubt about that, Robbo. It's been a brave season by the Bulldogs. 3 years ago it was just about curtains because really it was the end of the road. They were about to merge with Fitzroy. It was a takeover. Very emotional looking Terry Wheeler there. Named last week as Coach of the Year.
They're going back to their fans behind the goals at the giant scoreboard end of the ground, and that's terrific because a lot of those people put their hands in tins and kept Footscray afloat at the end of 89.
Yes, it's been a great comeback by the Bulldogs. 3 years down the track, and here they are playing in the preliminary final when really a lot of people thought, well, they've survived, but for how long? And it was only a matter of time. They thought, well, it's only for the short term that they've survived, but they really did prove the general public and a lot of the pundits wrong by staying in the competition, not only staying in it, but becoming a very competitive force. And full compliments to the Bulldogs. A great season 1992. There they go. They're going off the MCG here after the preliminary final. Terry Wheeler, it looks like he may even have tears in his eyes. I think he'd be a very proud man with the season that the Bulldogs have had, but a very disappointed man also.
I did see the pictures, all the guys clapping the supporters, and I think that's that's fantastic, and I'm sure that was Terry Wheeler's ideas again, who'd been a great coach all year, great communicator. He can communicate from the boot starter down up to the president. He's done a fantastic job, and he's improved in 12 months. Is amazing. He's really come a long way, and I think Footscray Footy Club in general has come a long way, thanks to the support of the people of the Western Suburbs. Have been great. Well, I think overall it's a pretty good year. We'd planned to win 16 games. We'd done that, so I think that was a great achievement. There's a couple of disappointing games. Essendon 2 losses was very ordinary, and Carlton's flogging as well. But overall, I think it was a very good year. 92, we didn't really plan, to finish third on the ladder, which we did. I think 93 was going to be our big year, but 92 we arrived a year early, so we're a year ahead of our plans. But overall, a very good year. Some great achievements. Scott Wynd winning the Brownlow medal was a great effort for a boy his age, 21, 22. Very level-headed. The future is just it's unbelievable. It's got a great future. Simon Atkins had a great year in the centre. Absolutely fantastic year. Tony Liberatore, well, I just can't, talk too much about this guy. It's just amazing. He's got a big heart, probably big in himself. He was fantastic. And I think Denny Delray at full forward, kicking 70 goals for the year was a great effort. He played very well this year, and I'm pretty sure he can continue that on. So overall it's a pretty good year. Chris Grant is a player who I saw when he was only 16 playing for Dalesford down at Bacchus Marsh. I went down and watched him play, and I saw this kid kicking the ball on his left foot and handball on left hand, and all of a sudden he'd go to his right foot and handball right-handed. I said, gee, this kid's pretty good. He's pretty special, this boy. He was only 16. I think he kicked 5 goals on a losing side in a final. I went back to Footscray and told them all about him, but they already knew about him. I call him the Rolls Royce of Footscray at the moment. We had Calvin Templeton, but this kid, is very special. You got young Shannon Corcoran on a wing, who's got a great future. Great pace. He's learning the game, and he's getting better as he goes along. Nigel Callett, well, geez, I can really class Nigel. We've had his injuries up with Peter Matera and his pace, and he kicks the ball very long and very tough, very courageous type player. Then we've got young Steve Krunick playing on a half-back flank. Young kid from the local area, St Albans. Very tough. Very rarely ever seen him beaten one-on-one. He's extra special at that, being one-on-one. Michael Frost from Swan Hill. Very tough, very strong. He's getting better. It's only really his first season. The year before he was injured, had a bad groin. This year he got a few games together, and I'm pretty sure you see a lot more of him as well. In general, the whole side's very young. They're a very young side, and the future of the Footscray Footy Club is unbelievable, on the field and off the field. Financially we're very sound. New club rooms, got the Tabaret, got all the poker machines in there now, and that. It's just a new ball game, which is the way we described it. It is a new ball game, and I'm sure Footscray in years to come will be around for a long, long time. Big prediction for the year for 93 for the Dogs. I really honestly believe we can go one step further. As long as we don't sit back and think it's just going to happen like we did in 85. We fought 86, here we go, we'll make the finals for sure. It's going to be easy, but we didn't make the finals in 86. So I think, with the personnel we've got at the club at the moment, it won't happen. I'm sure the boys have put their heads down and worked very hard pre-season. I think if we don't make the grand final, this is a big statement here, I'd probably class as a bit of a failure. I think we've got to go ahead, and that's by making the grand final and winning the grand final, which would be lovely. A lovely way to go out.
be the greatest.
Definitely the greatest boxer of all time. And now you can see his rise to the heavyweight crown with the championship. Pound for pound, the life story of the amazing Sugar Ray Robinson. And the best of TV ringside, where you'll see some of the all-time classics from the show that brought boxing to millions of Australians. Names like Karhu Mahunga and Tony Mundine. A fantastic gift idea for the fan who wants everything.